Hello, everybody. Today I would like to talk about the Tree of Life. Now, the Tree of Life symbol is something I've been interested in for many years, and sometimes I make things that feature the Tree of Life symbol. This, for example, is in my Etsy shop, Catherine Evans Design. This is a wooden Tree of Life symbol which I hand painted. I attached it to a length of hemp cord, which I strung with a mixture of colourful glass and wooden beads. These beads, for example, were made in India. And to that I attached a ring, which means you can hang it from a hook in your bedroom, for example, in a chill out room, in the conservatory, in the living room, anywhere where you have a space where you can relax and contemplate on things. I think that's really pretty. You could even hang it up in a festival tent as well, or a marquee. Now, I have made some notes because I don't really want to forget anything. The Tree of Life is an ancient symbol which for millennia has captured the hearts and minds of people throughout all the ages, whether it was the ancient Egyptians or the ancient Greeks, Celts, Romans, a huge spectrum of people. It's been used to represent many different aspects, whether that's the interconnectedness between all living things, including human beings, to a representation of eternity or abundance or even fertility. The Tree of Life symbol is said to have had its roots in ancient mythology as far back as 3000 BC. It's often been depicted through artwork, whether that be intricate carvings on stones or even on tombs, and also fine tapestries. The Tree of Life has always been considered deeply connected with the spiritual realms and is revered for its magical properties, offering protection and guidance for those who seek it out. As I said before, it also symbolises abundance and reminds us that we're all part of one universal energy. We're interconnected by the divine spirit or source or God. So in that respect, we need to remember that we are one. We belong to one tree. Now, interestingly, the Mormons have the concept of the one world tree. So one family tree for everybody, which is why they're always so keen to do family history, because they believe that we're all connected. And if one of us is saved, then many of our forebears can also be saved through baptism, even posthumously. This also reminds me of an Australian diversity song. This song was written in 1987 by Bruce Woodley and Dobie Newton. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Which goes, "We are one, but we are many." So there again, you've got this idea of being diverse peoples, but coming together. So the tree represents many spiritual things. For example, as we said, the abundance of life. Abundance now comes in many forms. So it's important to give thanks for what we have, even if that doesn't seem very much. we have something. We have maybe a roof over our heads, food on the table, job, whatever it is, maybe a bit of money in the bank. And even if it seems that we don't have anything, we do. We even have life, and we're capable of doing whatever we want through life. We just need to get into that mindset, into that whole energy of knowing or believing in ourselves that we can do whatever it is that we want to do. But now, more than any other, as people start to come together, we need to remember that we are one. There is unity in diversity. We are one, but we are many. That's a wonderful saying. Another thing that the tree represents is eternal life with God, Jesus Christ or Master Jesus, a new beginning, good health, perhaps. It's important to look after our health. And a sacred embodiment of life. We are all sacred beings. We're all God's children. Sometimes we forget this. When we get caught up in life, we don't always think about this as we ought. Each one of us is sacred. Each one of us is sovereign. But we have allowed ourselves to become programmed, and in that respect, and brainwashed, and in that respect, we have diluted our sovereignty. We're responsible for our sovereignty. Nobody else is. We are responsible for our personal sovereignty and sovereignty as human beings and as a collective. So if we do not stand rooted in our power, then we are allowing others to take that away from us. We need to come back to ourselves and remember. Another thing that the Tree of Life is associated with is enlightenment and attaining a high level of inner light, if you like, as well, striving towards attaining higher frequencies on the earth plane. Higher frequencies bring a release of the 3D power, things like fear and anger and negativity. If our spirit, if our being becomes lighter and moves into higher frequency, those things, those heavy negative things, start to fall away. The Tree of Life is in effect a direct link to the spirit world, and of course, as I've said before, an interconnectedness between the physical and the spiritual world. Now, I'm going to use this to show where the archangels are on this Tree of Life and how they work with us as well. So I will point them out. Now, I will also say that the archangels on the Tree of Life is also associated with the Kabbalah, which is a form of Judaism, and it's based on spirituality and, for want of a better word, esoteric values as well. So at the top of the tree, we've got Archangel Metatron. This top is called the crown. Archangel Metatron is the angel of life and directs God's or Source's living energy throughout the universe that God has created. This brings balance and helps people to direct the sacred energy through their lives in order to achieve spiritual enlightenment. And in this way, we can connect with the top of the tree and perhaps with Archangel Metatron if our hearts and minds are open to it and if we have done the work in order to be able to connect with him. Inevitably, we need to do a certain amount of shadow work and work on ourselves, the ability to look at ourselves in the mirror and decide how we want to show up in the world, and just be open and receptive to let go of the need to be in control all the time. If we allow ourselves to be open to spirit and to the universe and do God's will and the will of the universe, then we become more receptive to communicating with the archangels and also the galactic people as well. My main guide, for example, is Commander Ashtar, and I also work with Archangel Michael. Now, the next one is Archangel Raziel. He is at the branch of wisdom. He is the angel of mysteries. So his job is to reveal divine mysteries to help people become wiser by showing them how to incorporate knowledge into their lives in practical ways and achieve their full potential. So in other words, people allow themselves to be guided through knowledge. The next one, Archangel Safkiel, sits on the branch of understanding, and he's the angel of compassionate understanding. His job is to lead the angels who send the spiritual energy of understanding to people. He helps people learn more about God and his beloved children and sends them insights, guiding them to make decisions in their everyday lives that reflect their core identity. The next one is Mercy, and that is sat on by Archangel Zadkiel. He's the angel of mercy. He and the angels that fall under his guidance send the energy of God's mercy throughout the universe, inspiring people to be kind to others as God is to them and giving them peace when they pray, so they can be confident that God will answer their prayers in whichever way that is best. Not necessarily what they want, but what is best, not just even for themselves, but for the rest of humanity. The next one is Strength. This is Archangel Chamuel. He's the angel of peaceful relationships. He brings tough love sometimes to strengthen relationships, to enable you to experience peace within yourself, each other, and with God. So sometimes there's hard lessons to be learned, because only from tough love can you learn. So Chamuel and his angels test people's beliefs and motivations to make sure that they're strong, that they're rooted in those beliefs, that they're not airy-fairy, that they truly believe in them, and the motivations for doing certain things, how you're motivated, what makes you want to do something, how strong is your principle. So by doing that, Chamuel and his angels purify these beliefs and motivations in order to help people develop relationships with God and also with each other and with the world on which they are living, with the universe as well in general. Then in the middle you've got beauty. Here sit archangels Michael and Raphael, and they are working together with this. Michael is God's top angel, and Archangel Raphael is known as the chief angel of healing. These two express the divine energy of beauty, helping people to tap into a higher level of consciousness. So, for example, if you see beauty in even the simplest of things, then perhaps you're connecting with Michael and Raphael. And the healing takes place organically. Any healing that you need takes place organically. And to me, in the centre, that's almost like heart-centred to me. Raphael is often a green colour, which is like the upper heart chakra, which is to do with peace and harmony. And Michael is often signified by the colour blue, which is to do with the throat chakra and communication. And once we find our voice, that too is a form of healing, expressing and vocalising what we want out of life. Then down here, we've got eternity, where sits Archangel Haniel. He's the angel of joy. He expresses God's eternal energy by helping people to trust and rely on God, who's always reliable eternally, rather than their changing emotions, and by enlightening them with insights that can bring them joy no matter what. So it's about kind of becoming rooted, if you like, in your beliefs and trusting that things will turn out well, rather than trying to control everything and doing things on a whim. Oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll try something else, I'll try that. Which doesn't always turn out so well. And then we have Hod. This again is Archangel Michael and Raphael, Hod being glory. They do this together. They express God's glory, which is beautiful, with the prime aim of fighting sin, to make sure that God's perfect design for creation will win the day over sin, and the sin being there to corrupt that beautiful design. So if you think of the amount of evil that's going on in the world, evil, persecution, misogyny, fear, anger, they're all linked to sin. We think about the 7 deadly sins. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins, or avarice, as sometimes it's known. So if you think about the 7 deadly sins, which ones that really kind of shock you? Do you have any of that in yourself, which would be the superego showing that through? So there we have that one. So then the next one is foundation. Archangel Gabriel is the angel of revelation, and he sits at the foundation of the tree. He's the master communicator, so he's in charge of the tree's foundation. Gabriel helps people connect to God through messages of faith and helps them to rely on their faith in God to make changes in their lives and evolve. And if you remember, it was Archangel Gabriel who appeared to Mother Mary to tell her that she was going to be the mother of Jesus. And also Elizabeth was her cousin, and Elizabeth was the mother of John the Baptist. And then right at the bottom there, the kingdom is Archangel Sandalphon. He's the angel of music and prayer. He relays messages between God and human beings in God's kingdom. His role is designed to keep the divine energy flowing freely, nurturing all areas of God's kingdom. So, if you think about the roots going down into the ground, are you firmly rooted in your energy so the energy can flow up? Are your roots firm in the ground? Are you grounded? Think of this as the Earth Star chakra. If the roots are deep and well nourished, then the tree will thrive and blossom and grow into something beautiful. So I would say, what resonates with you? Where would you sit on the tree of life? I'll show you another diagram of it here. So where here would you sit on the tree of life? Where would you be? Would you be up there? Would you be in the centre, down here? What resonates with you? Where do you sit on your journey? Who do you like to travel with, if anybody? Are there any angels in particular that resonate with you? Because our energy does resonate with certain angelic energy and frequency. Who do you walk with? Are you receptive? Are you open? Is there something in your life? What is there in your life that you would like to change in order to move up and among the different branches of the tree of life? We're heading into the full moon in Leo, and with it brings a new burst of energy, particularly as well because we have this comet, which is the first time for 50,000 years. So it's special, it's bringing energy. Are you receptive? Are you ready to receive the new energy? And remember, with every full moon, it's a new start. It's a new start to bring in new energy and to manifest what you want out of life. Not just for yourself, but how you would like to see others show up as well in your life. The kind of people you would like to mix with. What has meaning to you in life? What areas of healing do you feel that you need in order to nurture and grow and move up through those frequencies? While our bodies may be in a matrix, our souls are just light. They can be light, they can be heavy, but they can be light as well. And if you think of us as light, if you think of us just as light, the body is a vehicle for us, our souls, to move around in. That's how we get by and how we do what we need to do. But at night, for example, you might go astral travelling because our souls, whilst we may be in the body, are also free to wander if we are in that frequency and not tied in. In other words, if we are in touch with the universe, we can be in many places at the same time. Remember, time as well is a concept. What is time? There is no one time, there's lots of times. Do you remember the sci-fi film Back to the Future? It's incredible what we are capable of, what we have potential for. But right here, right now, we need to think, each of us, about how we wish to progress through the world and how we wish to bring about transformation, not just for ourselves, but for the human collective. Although respecting each other's boundaries and each other's journey at the same time, it's about encouraging other people as well to make the most of their lives, to reach their full potential and help them on that journey. We as light workers are here to help people on their journey by shining the light on things so that they can become receptive in their own time, in their own way, and move out of the old and into the new. So on that note, I will end it now, but if you like this item, it's in my Etsy shop, and I also have a really pretty black onyx necklace on sterling silver, which is also in my shop. Recently, I sold a Tree of Life bracelet that went off to somebody in the United States. So if you like what I do, please like and share, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.